and you're on the road with Norm and Chris, and we are in northern Nevada, and we just left Wendover, where we had a lovely little cruise around in the old Army Air Corps base that they had there. It was a bomber training base. It was a satellite base from Hill Air Force Base in Salt Lake City. It was quite a few barracks and a whole bunch of hangars. They are famous for being the spot that trained Paul Tibbets, trained all the crews that did the bombing of the atomic bombing of Japan was done from here. The practice of that mission was done at Wendover. And Wendover is an interesting little city. It sits right on the Utah-Nevada border. So West Wendover is in Nevada in Pacific time zone, and Wendover itself is in Utah on Mountain time zone. So it's a very unique and confusing little town for that. But luckily enough, pretty much everything's open 24 hours a day. There's some thriving casinos going on, and a lot of stuff to do. The museum is really cool. They've got a couple of buildings, and they have a control tower you can walk up to. And there is an abandoned C-123 provider aircraft sitting there that you can crawl inside. And if you go inside that plane, you'll notice it's pretty strange. It has a steering wheel and gas pedal and a brake pedal in it. And what the hey is going on? And if you climb underneath that thing, you'll see that there's no belly in it. The first thing I noticed was that the interior floor is fake and it's higher than it's supposed to be. And a bunch of silliness went on. It was used in a movie. And if you look at the tail number of that aircraft, you'll find out that it's not the right one, because this plane here was a double, so it's actually a different tail number. And if you do a run on the tail number of that 123 provider sitting there, it's actually one that crashed in Alaska in 2006. It's no longer, it was destroyed. But hey, come along, let's have a look at this museum. Stuff everywhere. It's all Army Air Corps stuff from the 40s, the early 40s.
So cool. This thing uses jets, a jet and a prop. It has a jet pod and an army. Well, this needs a bit of work and a motor. But look at that little guy. The motor's out of it. You got a little door at the front, which means they only use these for takeoff. And they shut them down. They got that little door to close the air. And the motor's long gone. There's a plate of steel back there to mount a propeller, which is also missing. Gosh. The hub is broken too. That hub's never going to work again. It's called the Jailbird. And it's got a pretty cool eagle and a bunch of barbed wire around it. Vibrations out this thing, huh? So I don't know what's going on here, but they sure have a bunch of steel that never was in there. Plate of steel sitting here. And all of this has a bunch of stuff in it. Like that was not, this is not a part of the plane at all. And somebody's done something crazy here with the steering wheel and a bunch of steel. But none of this was here before. But pretty neat that you can still get in here. And these are some kind of electric controls. You know what? This looks like it was built for Burning Man. Something that drove around at Burning Man. Somebody did that. I'm going to look into this. But you can get right in here. You can sit down just like whoever was sitting down. Get in here. seat's loose, but you can sit here. Drive it. There's your. Is that the trim or the nose wheel steering? Who knows? But you know what? Somebody did have a truck situation in here. Like, see, it's got an air throttle. So somebody converted this to a truck. There is a truck drivetrain under there somewhere. This is all commercial trucking. Oh, the Vision Jet. The Vision Jet out there getting fueled. See him? Getting a tank of gas.
So when I was there, I looked at the number on the tail, and I looked it up on the internet, because that's what I like to do. I like to know what an airplane did, what it is exactly, and what happened here is everything that came up said the airplane crashed in Alaska. It wasn't around anymore. There was fatalities and stuff. And here it was, the whole airplane was sitting there. Then I took a look at it, and it seemed like there was a whole bunch of stuff wrong. Like, it had like the steering wheel of a truck in it. It had a gas pedal and a brake pedal like a school bus. I crawled underneath the thing, and the whole bottom of it was cut right out. Well, it turns out it was the stunt double. It was used in the filming of a movie called Con Air in Las Vegas in 1995. This airplane was specially built to crash into the Sands Hotel. I found a website that had some pictures of everything. Oh, I should go and I should look at it here. I found a website called oldwings.nl, and it's got 3 pictures of this airplane crashing into the Sands Hotel. They built a whole big track kind of thing for it to go exactly where they wanted. They cut out the bottom of the airplane, and they grafted in the majority of a school bus down there, and you could drive it from the top. And they're showing pictures of it here. They got a crane setting it up, and they've even got the ident here. C-123 provider N94DT, wings and horizontal stabilizer clipped, main gear doors removed, but with the vertical stabilizer still complete. It's being prepared to be lifted onto the track that will launch it into the hotel. In the final scene, the nose of the aircraft crashed into the lobby, but the plane survived. It didn't really get damaged very much. Here it is, sitting in Wendover. You can go inside it. You can sit in what's left of the seat. Researching this exact airframe, I have found out that it is 54-0709 United States Air Force. Construction number 20158. It is a C-123 provider, K series. It was constructed as a C-123B-11-FA by Fairchild at Hagerstown, Maryland, United States. In 1954, it was taken on strength with the United States Air Force, serial number 54-0709. In 81, it was struck off inventory and sent to, I think it was sent to Davis-Monthan, and then it was sold. It went into civilian hands in May of 1986. It was called Classic American Aviation, based out of Reno Stead, and it had a new N number now as a civilian aircraft. It was November 709RR. The number on the tail of this aircraft is emulating a different C-123 provider. The one that it's trying to be, the one that was the hero of the show, the one that did all the flying sequences. That one, the serial number is 54-0709 United States Air Force. And it was built in 1954 by Fairchild in Hagerstown, Maryland. It was, let's see here, it remained in service until November of 1981, where it was purchased in 1986 by a civilian. It was civilian registry of November 709RR. It was operated in its original camouflage, and by 1991 it was used in the first movie. It was used in the filming of Die Hard 2. And then it was purchased in 1994 by a fella named Ray Pelco in Reno, Nevada. And in 1996 it was used in the filming of the movie Con Air. It had the paint job of Jailbird on it, and that's the markings on the one that's one sitting at Wendell. But by 2002, this aircraft was nicknamed Large Marge. It had a big paint job on the front of a lady with a gun in her hand and a big sign that said Large Marge. By December 2003, All West Freight, Delta Junction, Arkansas, keeping the registry of November 709 RR. 2008, it was in Delana, Arkansas. April of 2008, it's seen at Wendover Airport, and I believe it is getting its annual. In May of 2009, its certificate of airworthiness was reissued. August of 2010, it was operated by All West Freight, and in August 2010, it was up in Alaska and it crashed. Here's what it says. Summary: the airframe was destroyed. There were 3 fatalities. The executive flight departed Palmer Woolflake Airport, Arkansas, United States of America, and was destined for Unalakleet Airport, Alaska. The accident occurred at Mount Healy near Denali National Park. Aerialvisuals.com has a great set of pictures of this aircraft for the last part of its life. Nothing early, 1996 on. And it's all there online. Large Marge and descriptions of everything.
Well, there was a lot of people here, eh? So all that area behind us, there must be foundations for all these buildings. It's all casinos up there now. We should have a look around. These would have been done on foundations. So right now, where are we right now? We're in a building over, we're right in here. We're in that building with the green roof. And we're gonna go to the other building with the green roof, and there's there's an airplane to look at right there. I think it's a 123. Yeah. But I wonder how many men were in each one of those. There's more than one officers club when you have this many buildings. Oh, here's a map. I get a good shot of that. The Airman's Dining Hall is, let's see. The Airman's Dining Hall is that green building back there on the corner. That's one of them. Where's another one? There's gotta be another one. The Officers Club. I think that's where we are now. Little boy. A whole bunch of signatures on it. Look at all these names. Boy. I wonder if any of the guys that flew the plane are here. Boy, look at this. That's the original pictures. Holy smokes. Look at that. All the barrack buildings are still here. This is a big group of them. We're just driven around them because I'm trying to find the dining hall, and I believe I've found it. Here it is. Building 2515. So in this map, the hangars are all down here at the bottom. And there's the cooking staff. I think they're having turkey tonight. Each of these buildings house 24 to 48 men, built to temporary construction standards. Well, they're still here. No insulation and heated with 3 coal stoves. There's no restrooms in the buildings. They use latrine shower buildings at the north end of each set of dorms. Oh, good times. So, and there's another group of them over here which seem quite a bit more modern, but they're smaller. They have a lot of power going to them, and on the far side of them you can see very large air conditioning units on each one. But they don't look like they've been used for a long time. And here's a good look down the side of the dining hall. And that must be the kitchen at the back with the big chimney. And you can see heading off down there a few rows of the barracks. We're facing the runway right now. The airfield's out there. We're looking south. And west. Oh, you can see the 3 coal stoves. You can see they each have 3 chimneys. They didn't say anything about air conditioning. It gets real cold here in the winter, but it gets real hot here in the summer. And all the original hangars are still up. They're all still here. That one that is modern. There's one modern one there on the left.